Hey there, it's Jenny from Southern Savers. It's Tuesday night, and we are going to do our weekly Q&A tonight. So thanks for everyone who was, cool with the date change. It is not going to become normal. So if you hate Tuesday nights, it's okay. You don't have to complain. We're going to go back to Monday nights. While I did not enjoy watching my football game, I did. It was nice to at least see the Seminoles, but we're going to just pretend that that game didn't happen. I think that's the best way to handle that kind of game. So moving on, our plan tonight, I always try to come with a topic, is to talk about how in the world to, figure out what is a good deal and when the right time to buy something is. But I'm always okay with questions. So you ask any questions that you have saving money, and I will try to answer them. Whether they're on topic or off topic, it really doesn't matter to me. So ask away. I am completely cool with that. And we will jump right in. So I am in the comments. My husband is in the comments. And hopefully between the two of us, we won't miss anything. But if for some reason, it seems like it's been a long time and Jenny never answered my question, just ask again. We will not in any way be offended if you stick it back in there, because it can get tricky to, make sure we're not missing everything. So, oh, and Karen, I'm glad you like Tuesday nights. I'm glad this kind of works. We have done Monday nights. I was figuring it out. We've done Monday night Q&As or live videos for almost 7 years. So Monday's just kind of the night that works. But you can switch it up every now and then, which is fun too. So the reason I wanted to do this topic, we've done it before, is that it's one of the biggest questions that I get from folks when they're first getting started. How do I know that this is the right sale to grab? Because remember, the goal here is to buy items when they are their best price, and then buy enough of them so that I don't have to buy them until they're back on sale. But how do I know that this is the sale that I want to grab versus next week or, anything like that? When you're getting started, you almost feel like every sale out there is just screaming at you and you need to get every single one of them. So that can be, a whole nother struggle, a whole nother topic, but it's figuring out, are we where we need to be? Is this the sale to grab? If you are getting started and you don't even understand the basics of trying to follow that buy price and getting the best price, the concept is that I don't want to go into the store and have to have something, because if I have to have it, I'm going to pay whatever it costs. If you're out of toilet paper, you're not looking for, the best price. You're looking for what's on sale right now, but it may not actually be a great sale today. So that's the concept. I want to get the best sale, and then I want to buy enough of it to last me until it is the best sale again. So that's the goal as we jump through everything on it. So let's see. So Wendy says, I know you can shop CVS. If you just wondering if you can use coupons on the card, can you still use a paper? So no, Wendy, yes and no. It depends. If I'm using a manufacturer's digital coupon for any store, I cannot use a paper manufacturer's coupon with that digital manufacturer coupon. Now, some of the coupons in the CVS app are store coupons. So those I could use a paper coupon with, but most I could not. So we're going to jump into sale really quick, and then I'm going to come back and I'll jump into some of the questions that I see there too already. So you guys are, I love it. That's the fun part about Q&As, is y'all keep me hopping. But the big thing with spotting a sale when you're first getting started is figuring out, do I know what a good price is? Oh, people are I keep forgetting to turn my phone on silent. Do I know what a good price is? And if I don't, then do I know kind of how to either who to trust or how to stand down, how to figure out whether or not this is a deal? So that's kind of where I want to go to, is first, how do I figure out what is a good deal when I'm first getting started? So the weekly ad, going to a weekly ad, not always your best bet, guys. So if you're trusting the store to tell you what all the great deals are, this is made by a marketing department. I try to tell folks that every time I teach a workshop. a marketing department, their only purpose, the only reason they were hired is to increase revenue for the store. It's not to help you get the best deals in the store. It's so that really you'll spend more money. So they're going to design this to make you want the items. The goal is to make the food look amazing, all of that. It's so that you'll spend more money in the store, not so you'll spend less. So while I can use the weekly ad to help spot some deals, I cannot trust it wholeheartedly to think that everything in here is amazing. It's not. And I cannot tell you the number of people that I see walking through a grocery store with the weekly ad on the top of their buggy. Like, this is my guide, and I'm just going to buy what this piece of paper. Don't do that. So first off, if you have a weekly ad, the things that I know are good. If something is buy one, get one, it is 50% off basically now. This is a great time to grab it. Now, some folks don't even trust the buy one, get one deal. So let me help you out there. If you're really, really hesitant of a buy one, get one deal, just think of it this way. If I go in and I grab, let's see, this is a box of cereal in this example, buy one, get one box of cereal. I go in and I grab this. It's going to make this box of cereal. It's buy one, get one, $3.49 to $3.99. That's going to be like $1.75 to $1.99 a box. If I went to Walmart, the regular price for that cereal is probably like $2.29 to $2.49 for the same box of cereal. So yes, the Walmart everyday price beats the everyday price in the grocery store. We knew that, but we aren't buying the everyday price. The Walmart everyday price does not beat the buy one, get one price. And that's the big part, is to kind of figure out, do we have the lowest price for this item in the city, in the store for this matter. So buy one, get ones are good. I know that you feel like they're raising that price up and it's not really, the best option, but once we cut them in half, once we add in some coupons, they are a very good deal for pretty much every buy one, get one that you can come across. The only exception to me is if I spot a buy one, get one today, and it's something that I know I usually always have a coupon for. I'm like, you know what? I don't have one right now. I probably won't grab that buy one, get one if I know that I always have a coupon when it pops around, and this time I don't. Hopefully that's a good decision on my part, because if I run out, it's not going to be buy one, get one. But that's probably for me the only time when I would say, if it's something you'll use, that I might not grab it. But generally, if it's buy one, get one, and it's something that you'll eat, this is the time to grab it. It's not going to be on sale again for 6 weeks. That's the grocery sale cycle that we want to follow. So I'm going through the ad. Buy one, get ones are good. The rest of the ad. So I'm gonna show you 2 examples. This is it's actually an old buy low ad because I always get a buy low ad on Tuesday, and I didn't get one today. That's just like Murphy's Law. It's how things work. So these are not necessarily the sales that you will see in your store. But I have so many ads around here that it's pretty easy to go and find an old one. So the other thing to help you, Buy Low does this, Publix does this, Food Lion, so many grocery stores give you math. So I want you, let me look for an example on that one for you that's not Buy One Get One. Here, our Breyers. I want you to get in the habit of not looking at the picture. Don't look at the price. Just get in the habit of looking at this yellow box. Or if you're Publix, the green line of math. Use that math because they're telling you how much you're going to save on this item today. So use that math to know, I don't necessarily know that $2.99 is a great price for it, but I know how much I'm saving. And so what we're looking for, just the magic number, is 40% off or more. You will definitely hit the or more, but that 40% being your baseline. I don't really want to grab it if it's not 40% off. So there are some things in an ad that I always can stand down from. I don't really have to put a lot of effort into figuring out. I'm going to see if I can pick on Buy Low in this ad. Again, it's an old ad, but you never know what they're going to give you. So we've seen a lot of grocery stores lately putting buy 2 and get 1 free sales on. This old ad didn't do it. But when we see those, or we see buy one, get one 50% off, you need to stop and do some quick math in your head. Buy two and get one free. That's 33% off. We're almost there, but we aren't really there yet. And buy one, get one 50% off. That's 25% off of each item. We're getting worse. We're not getting better. So buy one, get ones are great, but these other types of promotions where they're really trying to use the same language, but just worse math in your mind, those are ones we really want to get in the habit of staying away from. Buy one, get ones are good, and those other ones, not so good. So one other store to use as an example in terms of using their ad to help you is to look at the Kroger ad. So this is Kroger's ad that actually is going to start tomorrow. It's more fun to look at a future ad. And with Kroger, a lot of the grocery stores do post their ads early. So we actually could pull up the Bilo ad is already up on Bilo's website, and the Publix ad is already up on Publix's website. You will have to log in to those sites to see them if you've never looked at their previews, but you can look early. These ads are also all up on Southern Savers as well, so you can see the type up for them. But if you're looking at some other grocery stores, and Kroger's a good one to use in this example, because I was just telling you, use the math the ad gives you. You can't do that in Kroger. Kroger does not give you any math. So when you look at their ad, none of these things tell us how much it regularly is. So if you are a new Kroger shopper or a new couponer, you haven't learned what a good price is yet, this can be a tricky store for you. So going straight to the ad actually is not a good idea. I would recommend that you do one of the other things I'm gonna mention here in a second. And really it's that I would recommend that you just let me hold your hand, or you look around and you find some other people that are giving you tips on what the deals are in Kroger. Because when you look at this ad, it all looks amazing. They do such a good job. Kroger really does. Their marketing department wins on wanting you to just run in and wanting you to feel like the whole ad is amazing. So it's a 10 for 10 sale and we need to buy it all. Guys, the regular price here, they are $1. So don't get super excited about every single thing that you see. Like this is huge and big, and it's got a big, huge circle next to it. And the worst thing for Kroger, the bigger the tag gets, the more colorful the sale tag gets in Kroger, sometimes the worse the sale is getting. So not always a store that's incredibly trustworthy when it comes to their marketing. Though some deals are going to be great. Some deals we're going to have amazing coupons on, and they're going to be even better. But some deals are going to be literally the normal price that we see in the store. So you have to kind of, have some either hesitation with following the ad 100% or look around for some other tips. So to throw that one out there. So the option A is using the weekly ad. But there are two other ways to be able to spot just in grocery land what a good deal is. If you're first getting started, I would actually point you to the lists that are on Southern Savers. So if you've never used the site, up at the top, you will see every single list that we cover, and you can go straight to that store's deals and get an idea of what the sales are for that week. So we're going to go straight to Publix. We click on Publix, and this page is the standing Publix page. It's going to load every single Publix ad that we know of. So let's talk about tomorrow's ad, because that's more fun than today's. So we click on the tab to go to tomorrow's ad, and we'll see everything there. Now, when you're looking at this list on Southern Savers, I do not type the entire ad. That would be a massive waste of my time and yours. So I am typing the items that are 40% off or more. That's my goal. So guys, just to point that out, by the way, because this week's Publix ad, it's got a lot of BOGOs, next week's, the ad that starts tomorrow, has a lot of BOGOs. But then when we get down here to grocery, look at how tiny grocery is. It has 1, 2, 3. I gave you 9 items that were not buy one, get one, but that were in the ad. They're decent prices. But when we're talking non-BOGOs, there's not going to be a ton to say in a lot of these stores. So, and I can make this bigger for you if you really need to see it, just to get an idea. So my goal is to tell you everything that's on sale and then all the coupons to use for that sale and then what the price is going to come out to. So if you're brand new, this really is the easiest option because the goal here is that you can check the boxes and then scroll to the bottom and make a shopping list from this. Now, if you don't want me to hold your hand, or maybe I don't have, you're in the Northeast and not the South, and I don't cover your favorite grocery store. So you've got to do a little bit of figuring out on your own. Then let's actually come up here to the top of the page and use the item search. So with the item search, you can basically create your own price guide, your own price book. What are the things that you love to buy or that you regularly buy? Maybe you don't love buying detergent, but you regularly buy detergent. How do I know what a good price is on the items that I'm purchasing? Use the item search. You can even do historical dates here. So if I want to know, let's just go basic. I don't even care about the brand. Just what is a good price on peanut butter? And go ahead and let's look at every date for peanut butter, every sale for peanut butter in the last 3 months. You can go back further if you want. I think as far back as 6 months, and then the computer won't tell you anymore. It can tell you a lot of information. So if you want to look at specific stores, you can do that. I'm actually going to tell it, let's have it tell me just Publix and Bilo, because this is a lot of information on peanut butter. So we're going to make it a little smaller. Even then, peanut butter's been on sale a lot, but we're going to get an idea. So we've got Skippy at $1.49, Peter Pan at $1.84. Kind of getting an idea. We do have some peanut butter cereal that's thrown in there too. Anytime the word peanut butter got typed in, it's going to show up in this item search. But you get the idea. So we can see that we do have some BOGO sales. Notice that we don't have Jif. If you end up popping into Publix, look, Jif was BOGO in August, but Jif is rarely BOGO. So if Jif was your brand, this is going to help you be able to spot that, why it doesn't go on sale as often as Skippy and Peter Pan. So use the item search, not only to help you spot your brands, but maybe just the general. I don't care what brand, just give me some peanut butter or whatever it is that you need. This is going to help you be able to spot what that good price is that you're looking for. Normally it is the buy one, get one sale. But if maybe you're in a store like Kroger, for example, Kroger doesn't run BOGOs. You're going to be hard pressed to find more than 10 buy one, get ones in Kroger at one given time. That's not their marketing strategy. They run mega events, but mega events still can compare to a buy one, get one. So I guess let's do that. Let's take Bilo out of the mix, and let's stick Kroger in, and search again. And then we can kind of see, even not having buy one, get ones running in Kroger, where Kroger is going to kind of compare to the public sales. So Kroger had Jif for $2.99, that 28-ounce Jif, and Publix, that was what was recently on BOGO. See if we can find it down here again. Publix had the BOGO for $2.77. So while Kroger's not running the true BOGO, they're running the mega event, their price is still getting very similar. Now, folks always ask, why do I not always go to Kroger? Because if you sit here and you do this a lot, you're going to spot, like that was one example, but you're going to spot a lot of examples that the BOGO is usually cheaper than the mega event. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys who love Kroger, but you can spend all night doing that. This is the fun part about just having data to look at. So use the item search as your guide. Even if you don't have these stores, that's the other thing to realize, is that prices are generally the same across the board. Even in Kroger, we've got 4 different regions for Kroger, all in the Southeast. So I have Kroger out of Nashville, I've got Kroger out of Atlanta, we've got Kroger out of Mississippi, and we've got Kroger of like the Virginia and North Carolina area. That's 4 different regions, guys. But the mega event deals, they're all within 25 cents of each other. So while we're covering states, upwards of like 10 different states with little pieces of Kroger's, and their regions are very strange. But the prices really aren't across the board crazy from one store to another. So just keep that in mind. And really even across the same Publix ad. So I'll have folks that email me and say, I want a site that covers Publix in this city. Guys, it's the same ad. But yes, the prices will vary. They're going to vary across the same city. So we've got, I don't even know how many Publixes in our city, probably 10 plus Publixes in the Columbia, South Carolina area where I live. I could go from one Publix in a very heavy shopping area to a Publix 5 minutes away, and almost everything in that store would be 25 cents cheaper because I'm not in that heavy shopping area. So you want to think about even what store you're in, guys, for getting the best price, but realize that prices vary by store. Not only by region, but by store. But they're still all generally about the same price. So whether you have a Kroger in Colorado or you've got a Kroger in Mississippi, same deals with slightly difference in prices. The only big difference, just to say it and put it out there, is meat and produce. You'll always find different meat and produce deals across all of the different Kroger regions. Not only that, but also across just as you travel out west, you don't have the same brands that we have when it comes to dairy. We have different dairy farms, but our meat and produce deals are going to be different. We have different even produce seasons. So you already know that, but just to kind of put it out there so you didn't think I skipped that part. So I'm going to stop there and answer a lot of questions that have come in, not just on that, but on other topics that you guys have been giving me. And then I'll jump back in onto spotting deals even in other places. That was just kind of the basics of the grocery side and how to tell an ad, just looking at an ad, what is on sale. So let's see. Brady says, where am I buying meat now? I find ground beef super cheap at our Sam's Club, but otherwise I'm not finding much that was near Acon prices. So Brady, I am getting most of our meat from, and thankfully I haven't needed a ton yet, but we will go to the Chef's Store for ours, which is a local restaurant supply store. I'm actually planning on doing a Facebook Live from there. This week is my goal on Friday. So we'll see how that fits in to Friday, but that's the goal, so that you can see what the inside looks like and what the prices look like with that. But they sell bulk fresh meat. Anybody can shop there, and the prices are pretty awesome. So Publix, like through tonight, has ground chuck. I want to say it was like $2.99 a pound. It's a pretty good price. Next week, aka tomorrow, Publix will have ground sirloin for $4.99 a pound. It's still ground. It still makes hamburgers. And yeah, they may be fancy swanky hamburgers, but $2 more a pound, guys. You gotta at least stick with the cheaper cuts on whatever you're doing if you're trying to save on meat, because ground sirloin, it isn't that. Go with the $2.99 whenever you can. So for us going to the Chef's Store, I can get ground meat for $2.49 a pound. Boneless, skinless chicken breasts are like $1.15 a pound or cheaper. Just kind of depends on what they have and what they're changing their price, as the market changes theirs. So that is where we get a lot of ours, Brady. If you don't have a restaurant supply store, if you don't have a Chef's Store, you need to Google restaurant supply store, because you may actually have a different brand and just not even realize it. I know Tennessee has Gordon Food Service. And there are others that are around. Just even in searching, another thing that you can try Googling for your city, wherever you are, is wholesale meat and seeing what you can find there. So I found even a couple, I am tempted to go. I've had people that have been messaging me on Facebook, like, where should I shop in my city? And where should I shop in mine? So just Googling for you, wholesale meats. I found some places, I'm like, I don't even know what this looks like, but you should check it out. It's worth swinging in and just seeing. Because it could be, you could have found the hidden secret gem in your area for getting a pretty sweet price on meat. Okay, so Aaron, a semi off topic for Apple phones. since they're due to have a big party announcement about the new model sometime this month, when will the big price drop come for the X or the 8 Plus? So Erin, we see a little bit of both, and both of these options, and you're going to have to decide which one you want to jump on. So some stores are going to do the big markdown usually like the week before the big announcement, because they know that half of the world doesn't even know when the big announcement's coming. And then so their goal is to get a bunch of people to go out and buy a new phone with this great deal right before they have their big event. So the Apple big event is next week. It's September 12th, and they will announce what all their new launches are. And then as soon as they launch, we'll see another wave of sales on last year's model, because once they launch and the new one hits the shelf, no one's grabbing the 8 as much as they want the new one. And so it just depends on which way you want to go. And I guess you kind of even have to think about it like a car dealership. Do you take the car dealership's offer when they're trying to get all the new ones off the lot they're trying to get all of like the 2018s off the lot before the 2019s hit, which is also now, guys, by the way. This is one of the best times of the year to get a new car. So 2019s come out in the fall. They want to get rid of all the 2018s. It just kind of, you have to decide, do I want to buy before the 2019s hit the lot, or do I want to buy after the 2019s hit the lot and they're stuck with fewer options, but probably lower prices? So I would tend to be on the latter side and go ahead and grab it after the new ones come out. Just do keep in mind that you may have fewer options. So there are always going to be moments, like for a great example in the Apple Watch industry is last year, Apple announced when they released the new Apple Watch 3, Series 3, that they were no longer going to make a Series 2, which was a smart call because the Series 2 is a great watch and I don't have to have an AT&T contract to use anything with it. Where a Series 3 is it can have its own phone line, but this is a whole nother bill. If you want a Series 2 though, you're going to have to get a used one because all of the new ones long sold out. So that's part of the risk of waiting, is not knowing what Apple's going to maybe possibly say we're no longer going to make. Just long answer for you, but maybe you learned something. I don't know. So why does Publix have a limit of 8? That is going to vary by store. So every store has the ability, it's in their corporate policy for Publix, really for a lot of grocery stores, to impose a limit on items. And it sounds like your store is taking full advantage of their ability to do that. And odds are your store is doing that because there are some folks that they feel are taking advantage of them. So in my area, I've not had a store come in and say, we have a limit on any deals. But it's also, I will say, rare for me to end up buying more than 8 of a lot of things. We need to buy enough for 6 weeks to get you through until it's back on sale. So if you were to go and you were to look at the item search that I just pulled up and you typed in peanut butter, you're going to notice that peanut butter, it's buy one, get one. I mean, routinely. So I don't even really need to go 6 weeks on peanut butter unless I'm super brand loyal and I only want one brand, then maybe I need to go a little further out. But between the 3 major brands, I got a peanut butter buy one, get one sale almost every 3 weeks, every 2 weeks sometimes. So you get the idea. I don't need 8 peanut butters every time it comes on buy one, get one. So if we're shopping and we're getting enough for 6 weeks, then hopefully that 8 limit isn't going to be a huge impact on you. If it is, if you're needing a lot of something, then it may be finding a different Publix that's not imposing that limit, or having to go multiple trips that week, which is kind of a bummer. I know in my area, I haven't had a word from a store that I have bought too much, or that, that they're telling me to put something back. This past week, trying to think, I bought a lot of stuff at Publix this past week. And you can actually go back and see the Facebook Live that we did on it. But the only thing that I bought more of 8 on was Del Monte fruit cups. And that was just the way the coupons lined up and the way the sale lined up. But Yeah, nobody said anything on one product. Our buy low e-coupon store or manufacturer. So Christy, every grocery store, I had to ponder what I was saying before I said it, but every grocery store, all of the coupons that you see are manufacturer's coupons. None of them have store coupons there except for 2 exceptions. So Kroger does release 5-time use digital coupons. Those are store coupons. This gets everybody hot and bothered, but they will always work with traditional digital coupons as well as paper coupons. And then Dollar General. And I can actually show you Dollar General's because theirs are easy to spot. So Dollar General has started loading some digital store coupons mixed in with their traditional. And that one, so just to pop in Dollar General's website here. So whenever you have these, they do a great job. Let's see if I can make it bigger. Sometimes these other pages don't like to get big without messing up. So looking at this guy, he has a DG store coupon above him. This is a Dollar General store coupon, and it's actually, they're kind of making it more like a sale if you look at it, but I can still use manufacturer's coupons. The pictures here are Aleve, Benadryl, Advil. But if I scroll down, most of the store coupons, don't watch, you'll have a little tiny seizure. So we have to go way down to the bottom. That's usually where Dollar General keeps all their store coupons. Here we go. So a lot of these end up being Dollar General brands, but we're going to end up finding some. Here's one for Angel Soft. This is a store coupon. I can actually still use a manufacturer's coupon with this. $5 off $30 in Gain, $2 off 2 in Dove Men Care. So you've got a lot here that actually are national brands, but they're coming out and they're telling you what you have. This is the only big exception to what's out there, and they're definitely making it easy for you to spot. Every other site that you're on, if this is what they look like with traditional pictures, they are all manufacturer's coupons. Does not matter the store site that you're on. The store is going to view them as manufacturers, and they cannot be used with paper coupons. So hopefully the example helps to see it there in person. Let's see. Nadine says, can you use 2 coupons on a buy one, get one? So Nadine, you can. Buy one, get one deal. Well, there's always an exception, but yes, 90% of the time you can. On a buy one, get one, grocery store wise, you can always use 2 coupons. Keep in mind, I'm not sure where you live, Nadine, but for groceries, in most areas, you actually don't have to buy both of them. In Florida, you do, but even though I have to buy both of them, I am still allowed a coupon on each one. CVS, no matter where you live, you must buy both of them, and you are still allowed a coupon on each one as well. So those are our best options. Walgreens and Rite Aid, if they run a buy one, get one, you are not allowed a coupon on the second item. They're the only 2 stores that specifically state that. So no coupons on the second item at Walgreens or Rite Aid. So I'm looking at next week's CVS ad really quick to see if I could give you an example on buy one, get ones. I'm trying to see what I could find. There are a couple buy one, get ones, but from what I see, here we go. Most of them didn't have coupons. Oh, he's not wanting to pull up. Let's try this one. There we go. So for example, these guys next week at CVS are buy one, get one. Not only can I do buy one, get one, but I could also come here, take our quiz at CVS. This won't exist till next week, by the way, so you could try. It's probably not live yet, but you take a quiz, you're going to get a store coupon for $3 off when you buy $20 in vitamins. So I can use a store coupon here, but I could also go into CVS and use 2 coupons here or 2 coupons here on any of these items that I had 2 coupons for anytime it's a buy one, get one. So, and we got a lot of options on that one. So, yes, except Walgreens and Rite Aid. Okay. I like being able to show you guys examples. It just makes it more fun. Let's see. Oh, Carol, that's a great question. Should the 40% off mark that we're looking at be before coupons? Yes, pretty much all the time. I want to look at this ad and I don't even want to consider it unless it is 40% off. And then I want to use my coupons. Thank you for asking that question, because I don't want someone to think that 40% is a great mark to start throwing in the coupons. I really want to hold on to those coupons until I've got an amazing sale to pair them with. So I'm looking for that 40% sale, and then I'm looking to use the coupons. There are always exceptions to that one. I mean, if a company wants to give you a coupon, like Febreze wants to give you a coupon that makes Febreze plugs free and they're full price, then buy them. But you get the idea. Generally, we always want to wait for the sale and then use the coupon with the sale. Let's see. Oh, so Miss J says, I shop groceries in Costco all the time. I don't feel like my grocery stores have a good deal. It can depend on what you have in your area, but when we're looking at promotions, so that's kind of a whole nother topic, but how do you pick the store that you want to shop in? I would encourage you to look at what stores you have in your area and what types of promotions that they run, to see, can I get a store that potentially has some better offers than others? So for example, I mentioned, Kroger has only mega events, or Publix runs pretty much only buy one, get ones. Those two, and being able to compare them, they're very different in their promotional model. Their prices end up being about the same, but you need to kind of be comfortable with whatever the system is. You need to know how it's working and the rules behind it. Are they running a bunch of instant savings offers or a bunch of promotions like buy this item and get some other random item for free? Are they running nothing? Then let's look somewhere else. So I want to look at what their promotional model is. Do they have promotions? So an example of someone who doesn't have a lot of promotions, I don't talk about them very often, is Food Lion. Food Lion, to me, they have moments. They do, where you're just like, Food Lion woke up and decided to run a really great deal. But then we'll go months before we see another ad like that. And you're just so frustrated by it. So making that your regular store really puts you in a bind. You're stuck waiting for these great deals, but they only come through knowing, maybe every 3 months a great price. I would encourage you to look somewhere else if that was your regular store. Now, obviously, if that's your only store in the city, we're going to have to make it work. But there are better options going with the bigger stores. Food Lion is not the biggest fish in the sea. The bigger the store, usually, Walmart's our exception, usually the bigger the store, grocery-wise, the bigger the discounts, because they have the connections with the national brands to offer those mega events and those buy one, get ones, and instant savings, all sorts of offers like that. So look at their promotional models. Look at their coupon policies. Do they double coupons? Do they accept competitor coupons? Do they have a bunch of their own store coupons? So in my book, that's where in my city, I've got the choice between Kroger, Publix, Buy Low, and Food Lion. Food Lion rarely gets chosen. So really, I'm narrowing it down between those three. I guess I have Lowe's Foods too now. I forget about them. They just opened in our area. But Buy Low tends to win for me because Buy Low doubles coupons every day of the week. They take competitor coupons. They don't put out a lot of their own store coupons, but Publix makes up for that because Publix puts out a ton of coupons and Buy Low will take every single one of them. So in that sense, I'm happy in Buy Low using all of Publix's coupons and the double coupons that Buy Low offers. Or I'm in Publix using all of Publix's store coupons with their buy one, get one sales. Now, Publix in my area does take competitor coupons, but they don't, most of the other stores don't put out a lot. So you don't really have a ton that you could use every time you came in the store. You're mostly going to be using Publix store coupons when you come in the store. So kind of figuring out what store in your area is best might help a little too in trying to make sure you're getting the best deals. So Christine says, when does Publix new week start and Winn-Dixie? It depends on where you live. If you live in Florida, your ad for Publix will start on Thursday. Winn-Dixie starts on Wednesday. But Publix in Florida, I'm not sure why, but they live on a different schedule than everybody else. Everybody else for Publix, your ad starts always on Wednesday, Publix on Thursday. Every other store is a Wednesday start date. So hopefully that helps there. Let's see. Oh, tell newbies about the acorn. Yeah, I should do that, shouldn't I? That was a while ago too. Okay. So to explain that one really quick, Publix, pull this list back up. So if you're using Southern Savers, my goal is to tell you everything that's on sale. We're going to look at next week's ad. Here we go. So this is the ad that starts tomorrow in Publix. Everything that is on this list on Southern Savers, it is a good price. It is 40% off or more. This is a good time to grab it. I'm not going to say that I would, recommend that you go and stock up here. No, you should really just buy the melon yourself and cut it up yourself, but it is buy one, get one. So I'm going to put it on the list. Most other items, if it's something that you want, this is the time I would grab it. And then occasionally you're going to see an acorn next to an item. And that just means that this is a really good price. If this is something that you will use, this is definitely a time to grab it. You cannot just shop the acorns, guys. You would starve. There's not enough food here just based on acorns. But my goal is that you won't miss any of those deals. And sometimes they're not as super cheap as you think. But you got to look at what that product is. So this is Chobani Greek yogurt. This is a 4-pack. We've got a $1 off coupon for that 4-pack. So you're going to get a 4-pack of yogurt for $1.34. That's a pretty good price for Chobani yogurt. So that's where our acorn comes in. It doesn't mean that nothing else was a great price. It just means I don't want you to miss it. If you're scrolling this list really, really fast, I want that acorn to at least make you stop and ponder. Is it something I would use? Jenny's saying this one's really cheap. This one, I stuck an acorn on. I need to take him off. There is an Ibotta, and I got super excited. It was going to be free, but the Ibotta, they're being sneaky, and it expires tomorrow morning at like 2 a.m. You're not going to find a Publix that's open. Now, if some of you want to check on this one, if this Hidden Valley Simple Dinners Kit, if you check Ibotta, you'll see it right now because it expires later tonight. But if it comes back tomorrow, sometimes they do that. Instead of expiring, they extend the date. It's going to make a freebie at Publix. So little inside tip for my Publix folks. You guys know about it and you can check in the morning. It's not going to last long if it does come back because it makes for a freebie. But right now in Ibotta, it's $1.50 off of those Hidden Valley Simply Dinner Kits. So I was very excited and I forgot to take my acorn off once I realized that it was going to expire. But you get the idea. So that is how these little acorns work. It's that I don't want you to miss a sale that's out there that might be super cheap. Okay, and thanks, Jessica, for reminding me to share that one. I definitely get folks who try to share that you should only buy the acorns, and that would be very, very wrong logic as you get started. Let's see. Mama Madeline says, a recent CVS couponing trip, 3 of my digital manufacturer coupons that were loaded to my card did not come off. And they told me they couldn't do anything about it and that I needed to contact the actual manufacturer of the coupon. I have never heard that before. If your digitals do not come off, you can call CVS corporate. If they try to tell you that from the corporate one, I would say, hey, can I talk to a manager? So those coupons are offered, really, they're running through the coupons.com platform. So coupons.com is offering, the company of coupons.com is offering that load to card service with CVS. And what's happened is that there are moments where the computer is not talking to the database behind it for those digital coupons. That is not your fault. How am I to know that in this moment of me checking out that the computer and the database are not happy with each other? You don't have a way of knowing that. So CVS corporate, I would just elevate that to a manager and kind of say, hey, no. These were from the CVS app and they did not come off of the register. So I'm not going to call, all these different companies. You're the one offering the digital coupons. And obviously there was an issue in your system and kind of take it from that standpoint. If you notice that they didn't come off in the store, I would also mention it to the store manager. There's nothing that the store manager can do from a like making them come off standpoint. But what they can do sometimes is just being nice, offering you store credit, offering, trying to compensate in some way. You will find that some store managers will do that. This is actually a pretty common occurrence at CVS. So it is one where I usually will recommend that you would always stick with the paper option instead of the digital if you have that option. And there are moments where you don't, where the digital is the deal or the digital is the only coupon that you have. But you'll usually always fare better with a paper in CVS versus a digital offer. Okay. Let's see. If I see a closeout item on a grocery item, does that usually mean the product will no longer be sold? So, Wendy, it's not really. Some items, yes, means that it's not going to stay on the shelf. Some items, it just means that it's really close to date and that you need to go home and use it up. So for Publix, for example, Wendy, they will close out items on the shelf and they'll stay on the shelf on closeout. I think it's about 3 weeks on closeout that they'll leave it up with a little clearance tag right on the shelf where it normally stayed. And then after 3 weeks, whatever's left, that's what they pull to the corner up in the front. Doesn't mean that that same product isn't back over here on the shelf. It just means that either it's a flavor that is seasonal. So maybe we've got, pumpkin spice coffee and we're sticking it in the corner come January. You get the idea. Or so it's seasonal. It's a product that has repackaged. We've seen a lot of that recently as brands are changing their logos or whatnot, that they're going to clearance out all the ones that are old. They don't want the two logos on the shelf at the same time. So they're getting rid of a lot so that they can bring in all the new logo. We'll take it. Glad to help you with that one. And then there are some that are, this is gone. This product didn't sell at all, and we're not going to ever bring it back. But those are much fewer and farther between. Okay. Let's see. So to jump back in, for a little bit on spotting sales, because we've been on questions for a while, but it's fine with me. So we've talked, how to use the sale flyer and the fact that it cannot always be trusted. Using the weekly ad on Southern Savers, using the item search on Southern Savers, a few other things that can help you. If you're first getting started, I know it's overwhelming because you're trying to look at a huge list. You're trying to decide what to grab. But what I would encourage you is that if you get started and you get started small, the minute you go to the store and you, pay even to pull this back up, this Publix deal, you go in and you pay 27 cents for a bottle of body wash. While you may end up getting it for free at CVS later on, you're not going to forget that you paid 27 cents for that body wash. So if you're kind of panicking in being new and not figuring out, I don't even know when to buy it, you know what, just go in. Let me hold your hand, make your shopping list from Southern Savers, use your weekly ad if that's what you want to do. The minute you buy it and you pay next to nothing compared to the regular price, you will not forget that price. I can guarantee you. So for me, this cereal is what got me hooked. So when I first started couponing, I had twins who were right at 1. I was trying to stay home with them. So this was 12 years ago, trying to stay home with them. And we had just moved to Columbia from the Hilton Head area where my husband had been working. So I don't know if you've ever visited Hilton Head, South Carolina. It's expensive. And I went to the grocery store and I walk in and milk is like $1.50 cheaper here than it was there. And cereal is half price. I'm blown away, but I was starting to use coupons in this moment. And so I came home with probably, I don't even know how many boxes of cereal. It was overkill, more than we needed, because at that point, the 2 1-year-olds did not eat cereal. But they were on sale and I had coupons for them. And my husband just looked at me like, what's with the cereal, Jenny? What was the plan here? But for me, it was like, no, you don't get it. Cereal's normally like $4 a box. and it was only 50 cents, and so you're just, I'm going to buy the whole store. But that was my moment, was finding a product that I was used to shelling out that full value for and realizing I didn't have to do that anymore. So as you're getting started, if you are brand new, kind of the minute that you start to tackle some of these items, you're not going to forget those prices. So for me, my go-to price is any cereal that is less than $1. So this one's coming out to 93 cents in the end, so I don't have to buy the house brands or, it could be the multi-meals of the world. Though that is buy one, get one at Bilo this week. It's kind of a random brand that we never see go buy one, get one. But, just to kind of take away some of that panic from you, it's gonna click once you buy it. And because I can't go and buy everything in the store today, obviously it's going to take a little bit of time for some of these products to click, but it will. Now, one big piece that I haven't mentioned in terms of spotting a sale is that groceries are bought at a grocery store. But anything that I don't eat, I probably don't want to buy in a grocery store. I will get a better price on household products and personal care items most of the time in a drugstore and sometimes with a Target gift card offer, but very rarely in the grocery store. So just so we're all on the same page. So if we're talking, paper towels, I can go into CVS this week and get Scott paper towels as low as $3 a pack. And if I start to compare that to grocery store prices, I'm going to come over here to the item search really quick and put in Scott paper towels, and let's look at Scott paper towels over the last 3 months. You are not going to find the grocery stores hitting that $3 price that the drugstore is hitting. So just to, keep that in mind. So here is the item search. Let me slide this guy over so you can see him all the way. We've got, Bilo Scott paper towels at $4.89 after a coupon, but never coming down to where I'm going to go all the way to the bottom where CVS is this week. I didn't even give you the math on it, but I made a deal idea on this one, so you'll see it on the CVS list. But it comes out to $3.11 for a package of Scott paper towels. So you got to kind of keep that in mind in terms of comparing them, making sure that you are getting the best deal. And even there, you can see, the 311's beating the price we've regularly seen on a lot of these. But it's usually not the grocery store. So I want to focus on food from our grocery store, not food usually from a drugstore. And that $3.11 price, guys, those of us who have extra care bucks, we're really going to walk out paying nothing. We're going to burn some, as we would say. We're going to use some extra care bucks on that item, not get the full amount back that we used, but really not pay much at all for those household items. So that's the fun part of learning how to shop a drugstore. If you haven't already, a whole nother video as well. Just to say that, because I don't want you still, stuck here looking for that best price. The other reason for that too, just to point this out, I've had folks that have emailed me and said, hey, Jenny, there's no personal care deal on the Publix ad this week. What's up with that? Do you guys know how small the personal care section is? So, for example, I don't have a Publix paper ad in front of me. This Bilo ad is 8 pages. We're on page 8 on the back. Personal care is this little tiny section on the bottom of page 7. So there's no way that you're going to get crazy good deals when this is really all that the grocery store is choosing to advertise. Household is this little section on the bottom of page 7. So, that's just not really what grocery stores' big focus is. Now, household items, what are the best household items in the grocery store? It's what they choose to put on the bottom of page 1. Page 1 is usually, if there was an ad, if I'm looking at what do I always type the whole thing of? Page 1 is what ends up making, almost everything on page 1 ends up making the Southern Savers list. But after page 1, we start to nix a lot of items really quick. So if you're here and you're thinking, I don't know, is that a great deal? It might be, especially once we throw in a 55-cent coupon that buy low doubles. So page 1 household items, I'd be okay with. But if we're talking page 7 household items, probably not on a regular basis. So Judith says, does Winn-Dixie accept Publix coupons? Judith, it's on a store-by-store basis. A lot of stores do not want to accept them. So you're going to have to kind of decide. You need to talk to your store manager and see what their policy is and maybe check around with a couple of others if they said no. But it is not in a corporate policy that your store has to accept them, which is annoying. Bi-Lo does have to accept them. It's in the corporate policy. And Bi-Lo owns Winn-Dixie, so I don't know why they won't come out and do it, but they haven't. So Jonathan asks, how do coupons work at Ingles? Ingles does take paper coupons. They will double 3 coupons that are 50 cents or less for every $10 that you spend. That is madness, but that is how they do it. So you're going to have to keep track of how much you're buying so that you know how much will double in the store. It's not really my favorite way to handle it. Most of the other stores some will put a limit on the number that double total, like Harris Teeter, Lowe's Foods, but Bi-Lo, it's as many as you want to come in the door with. So that's really what you want to look for in terms of having the best options. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Trying to catch in on everybody else's questions. One other store, so I see some folks even mentioning Harris Teeter. One other thing to mention is if you're in a store that maybe you haven't figured out their promotional model, I would encourage you to make sure that you know what all their promotions are. I have been doing a number of workshops lately in the upstate of South Carolina. I'm actually headed up to Spartanburg, I think, Simpsonville this week, if you're in that neck of the woods. And so many folks up there, they have a brand new Harris Teeter. They don't even know that Harris Teeter runs super doubles. We should have a field trip. We should all go. Y'all should experience this. So at least make sure that you know what promotions a store runs. So if you've got a new store in your area, like my area, Lowe's Foods just opened up. I would love to poll Columbia, South Carolina and find out how many of these people have even realized that Lowe's Foods doubles coupons 99 cents or less every day of the week. Most of them don't know it. So it's making sure that you are in the know as to what the stores around you do so that you're making the best decision as to where to shop that week. It's going to be a big impact on making sure you're getting the best deals for sure. So Terry, does that rule apply to cleaning supplies? Yes. So if you'll eat it, it's coming from a grocery store. And if you don't eat it, not from a grocery store most of the time. So cleaning supplies for me, that is a drugstore purchase from time to time. We've not seen any lately that I feel like have been wowing cleaning supply deals. Target gift card deals can be your other winner. If Target's not your favorite store, and this would be, if you didn't have a lot of coupons for it, but do keep in mind that you can actually shop Target deals online and still get those gift cards back. So depending on the deal, that could be an option without even having to leave the house, still getting the deal, getting the gift card back, and never having to set foot in the store, especially if Target's nowhere near you. But it is by far the best rule for that. Do I know when Target will do their buy $100 in baby and get $25 back? So Carrie, let me see if I can find that. I'm trying to think of the best way. So I might have to do some digging, Carrie, but I'm pretty sure I can look that up in the item search if I can figure out how it got typed originally. Because we put the weekly ads in as an item in the item search, it does make it possible to then go and find them. It's just figuring out the right words to put in. But I will do some hunting, Carrie, and I will let you know if I can find it. So I don't think it's going to be in the next few weeks when we've got 2 huge baby offers in an ad at the same time like we do this week. It's probably going to be a few weeks out until we see it. And if we do, it'll probably be the last time we see it because they're going to go into holiday mode here. We're going to see a lot of costumes and all of that stuff coming up very, very soon. And then right after that, you're in Thanksgiving, Christmas mode for the rest of the year and not in diaper mode in Target's world. So we're going to see household items drop down a lot as they start to devote so much more of their ad to toys and other sections of the store. So you kind of have to look at the timing. In terms of baby offers, we see so much more of that in the spring. I don't know. It's like they compare us to bears, and we all hibernated and we all have babies in the spring. I don't know if that's good logic, but that's definitely the way the stores do their sales around baby items is February, March, and April. But hopefully for your sake, we'll see another one, and I'll try to let you know if I can spot when that's going to be. Okay. I'm trying to kind of make sure we didn't miss anything going through. But hopefully, we've hit a lot of your questions. That's my goal, is that I haven't left anything out there. Oh, good, Mandy. I'm glad you didn't know about that on Lowe's Food. So I feel like they've kind of made that a hidden thing too. Like when they came in, they should have done a lot more marketing on the fact that they double coupons as high as they do, but they didn't. They just have left it the same. Let's see. So Aaron, off topic. I bought something from Kroger that was on Mega Event, and it had a Checkout 51 offer as well. When I uploaded my receipt, it didn't come off. I contacted customer service, and they said the offer was all done. Let's see. That is a really tricky one, Aaron. I would probably contact them back again and say, well, you know what, when I uploaded it, when you denied it, it was telling me that there were offers. So, and just kind of, in a sense, I don't want to say it, but be a little stinky about it and just see what they say. So there's the potential that their answer is going to be, you know what, sometimes it'll tell you that offers are still there and that they're not. But I would see, you know, like, what are you going to do here? Because there was a delay. There was a delay from the time that I uploaded it, and then you told me it was denied. And in that delay is when they were gone, but I really bought it. And they should make that right, in my opinion. If they don't, let me know, and I will reach out to one person I know there. I don't know a lot of folks at Checkout 51, but I'll see what I can get from them, or Aaron, if they don't give you an answer when you reach back out to them again and kind of push it a little harder to see what they say. Can you do the spend 75? Yes, you can, Carrie. So, you know, if you had multiple copies of the Target ad, you obviously would have multiple paper versions. But if I've got one Target ad, so I've got that in-ad coupon from the Target weekly ad, you also have that in-ad coupon in your Target app. So that's at least 2 for everybody. But if you could grab a couple other paper versions of the Target ad, you would have the ability to use that $15 gift card deal a couple of times if you wanted to. Let's see. Oh, how do Harris Teeter coupon deals work? So Alice, Harris Teeter is going to super double. That means $2 or less. Those are the really, really good deals at Harris Teeter. $2 or less is going to double in value. They do that once a month. They technically already did it. They did it before September started. So I don't know that we'll see it again in September, but maybe. But usually we see it the first full weekend of the month each month. So they ran it early because of Labor Day this past weekend. So the next one always makes me have to get out my calendar. But open up my calendar here for a second. And the next one would be, my guess, unless they surprise us with an extra one, will be the weekend of October 6th, 7th, and 8th. So it's always the first full weekend of the month. Unless we get another one in September. I'm kind of, for your sake, I hope they do. For my sake, I don't know. I had someone that helps me have a baby last week. So, you know, I am so behind in my email. If you've emailed me, I will hope to answer you soon. But that's just where I'm standing right now. Other than that, Harris Teeter doubles coupons every day of the week that are 99 cents or less. They run a ton of BOGOs, not in the weekly ad all the time. So you do want to use the Harris Teeter list on Southern Savers for sure if you have that store in your area. Because what is in the weekly ad is probably about 35 buy one, get ones. What is on the Southern Savers list is probably about 80 by the time we're done. So we go through the entire online Harris Teeter system and pull out all the unadvertised deals and add them to that weekly ad. So make sure if you're in that area, that you're definitely using that list so that you can get all of the best offers for that one at Harris Teeter. Brady says for click list. So Kroger click list, where we can shop online basically and then run to the store and pick it up outside. They do have specific coupons. It says spend $25 in Simple Truth and get free pickup. Is this $25 before or after the 5 times Simple Truth coupons? So Brady, most of the time with the click list coupons, it's always before. As long as you grab the $25 worth, you'll see it removed from your total. If for some reason they said something, I would kind of come back and just use that as an example. It's up to the store manager on this one, and it's really easy for them to waive that fee. So I wouldn't be too concerned about it. I would go ahead and go just to the 25 and then let the coupons bring it down. You shouldn't have a problem at all. That digital is going to come off first and then the other ones. So hopefully all will be right in the world. But if it isn't, anytime you're buying buy this and get your click list for free, a manager can always clear that up for you if it doesn't end up being free. So not a problem. Okay. And thank you, Tawana. So yes, Harris Teeter, if you are brand new there is a limit. So they will double 20 coupons per day at 99 cents. If you want to come in with more than 20 coupons, that's fine, but they aren't going to double any of the others that you come in the door with. So they do have that 20 coupon limit. So does Lowe's Foods. So for Mandy, if you're going to check them out for the first time, it's a 20 coupon limit that will double. Honestly, Mandy, I've not done a massive trip in Lowe's Foods because their prices are kind of high. But for me, I've never had a problem with that limit on the few things that I do end up grabbing there in the coupons that we're using. Okay, so we're at our overtime, really, but I'm so glad that you guys still jumped in and joined me on a Tuesday. We're going to be back on Monday next week, and I was going to pull up and try to remember what our topic was. I'm always okay if you guys have an idea for a topic that we haven't done in a while, or you've got specific questions for you to shout those out and let me know, or send me a Facebook message, send me an email. I reply to the email, but I will try. Let me know. So next week, this is one that someone had asked for. Next week, we're going to talk freezer cooking and meal planning. We haven't done that in a really long time. And folks wanted just to kind of go back and do more tips on freezer cooking, more tips on how to make that work. So that is going to be next Monday night's topic. And hopefully, because we haven't done it in a while, that'll make some of you guys who join me every Monday night, a little bit more excited. But it is a topic that I think so many more people need to be doing. Because if you've got a meal plan, you will not eat out. You will make dinner happen at home. And that always saves you money. So that's our topic next week. Again, if you've got other ideas, please send them my way, because that one was totally someone asking for it, and I am glad to add it into the mix. But thanks for joining me, guys. I hope you guys have a great night. And I will pop back in tomorrow with the deals that we grabbed in the grocery store. I'm not even sure what store I'm going to. I've got to get off and start to get all my coupons together for tomorrow's trips. But I will share what we grabbed. So y'all have a great night.